This is KGW News at Sunrise.
We care about students and what students need, and the last final offer isn't meeting the needs of our students.
That's one Camas School District teacher's opinion. Teachers there are on strike right now due to failed contract negotiations, and 2 other districts in Southwest Washington could follow suit. And we also have an update on wildfires this morning, particularly how one burning in Clackamas County could impact the area's drinking water supply.
Stand by, here we come. And we are live this morning in Salem at the State Fairgrounds, to be more exact, where we are beginning the Sunrise Show with fire this hour. Yes, Sacred Fire Dance, part of this morning's festivities, Christine and Rod. This is actually the fire finale show that you'll see at the end of every single day of the fair. The fair goes through next Monday, Labor Day, and our look inside this year's 157th Oregon State Fair will continue here at 5:15.
Wow, those are some talented fire dancers.
Yeah.
Dang, can't wait to see more of that. By the way, happy you're here. Good Tuesday morning. A big happy first day of school to Portland students, Westland, Wilsonville too.
All back today. Oh boy! All right. I want to start you off with kind of a heads up if you are traveling early this morning up north of our region to the Seattle area. You know, these storms are moving south to north. You see the lightning icon, so a lot of thunderstorm activity. There are no signs that any of that will be developing here on the west side in our local area. So we expect, right now we're mainly dry, Vancouver, Portland, Salem. We are expecting generally some light scattered showers today. We are cloudy, 66 degrees. Temperatures will probably be similar to yesterday. And here we go, our first school bus forecast of the season. Mainly dry out the door for the kids, 61 degrees. Again, maybe you want a rain jacket, maybe you don't. I don't expect a lot of rain, but there will be some. 69 degrees. Forecast models show the kids get out of school about 3 o'clock. That could be the best bet overall for some numerous showers in the area. Temperature at that time about 73. Back to school, Christine.
I know, our bus stop forecast making a comeback. So is school. As we said, both Portland Public and Westland Wilsonville school districts going back to school today. Of course, Beaverton, the 3rd largest district in Oregon, went back yesterday. Meantime, teachers in the Battleground school district will vote today on whether or not to go on strike, with school set to start tomorrow for them. If they approve it, they would join Camas teachers who hit the picket lines yesterday and Evergreen teachers who say they'll strike tomorrow as well if they don't get a contract deal. Alma McCarty talked to educators in all 3 districts to get an update.
On Monday, Camas teachers camped out on the lawn and on sidewalks outside of the district's school board meeting.
We're on strike, and we're here at a board meeting to show our support for our bargaining team and to send a message loud and clear that we want to get things done. We want to get back in the classroom. We want to be able to see and serve students and do the job that we're here to do. Monday,
the 28th, would have been the first day of school for thousands of students. But the teachers union and the district did not come to a contract agreement in time. Teachers like Eleanor Cosgrove Farland explain the sticking points.
So right now it's lower class sizes, cost of living adjustments, and also equitable funding for programs like PE, music, and library.
Tomorrow we are on strike again. The district has already sent out the message to families. Until they come to the table, we're going to be striking for our students.
Late Monday, the Camas Education Association announced they'll be returning to the bargaining table with district leaders after the first ever full day of striking in the district. On Sunday, the district said its last, best, and final offer included raising salaries in 2023 by 5.7% and in 2024 by 5.9%.
We care about students and what students need, and the last final offer isn't meeting the needs of our students. We know that they need smaller class sizes. We know they need equitable funding, and until that's on the table, we'll keep walking.
Meantime, teachers from 2 neighboring school districts in Southwest Washington, both Battleground and Evergreen, could go on strike, and soon. Both districts' first day of school is scheduled for Wednesday, August 30th.
We're going to vote and see which way. Are we happy with where we're at with bargaining, or do we think we need a little bit more time?
Kim Betger is the Battleground Education Association president. She says they're asking for a cost of living pay increase, collaboration time for special education teachers, and new contract language regarding multi-language learners. The district and union have been negotiating since January.
We want to work for the children. We want to be with the students.
The Evergreen Education Association already announced its intent to strike, and the district put out a note to families Monday, telling them to plan for a possible delay to the start of the school year.
We're going to keep bargaining as long as possible. You know, we're offering every day this week. We stayed a little later tonight, and we're prepared to stay as long as we need to and try to get our kids back in school. You know, we want them in school.
As for the administrators, each district has a look at what they are offering teachers on their websites. Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Now we want to get to a few wildfire updates this morning, starting with the Camp Creek fire in Clackamas County. Officials say it has burned more than 1,600 acres and is 0% contained. The biggest concern here right now is how close the fire is burning to the Portland area's primary water supply. Environmental reporter Cale Williams asked the city's water quality managers about what's being done to protect it.
Our water is and continues to be safe to drink.
That's Scott Bradway, Water Quality Manager with the Portland Water Bureau. And he said that despite the Camp Creek fire's proximity to Bull Run, there's nothing to worry about, at least for now.
The fire is still about a mile and a half or so from Reservoir 2, and I believe just over 3 miles from our Headworks facility.
The Headworks are the initial treatment facility up in Bull Run. That's where our drinking water actually enters the system before it makes its way to our taps. And it's an important facility. So much so that the Water Bureau still has someone working up there, despite the fire burning nearby. But if it were to go out of commission, the Bureau has a backup plan too.
So here in Portland, we're fortunate. We've got 2 high-quality sources of drinking water. You know, Bull Run, as we've been talking about, and then we have our Columbia South Shore well field.
The Columbia South Shore well field is, you guessed it, a field of wells on the south shore of the Columbia River. And the Water Bureau is already using it. They began drawing water up from the wells last week because of our long, hot, dry summer, which left the reservoirs in Bull Run low for this time of year. The 25 wells in the well field can deliver up to 95 million gallons of water per day. And while that may sound like a lot, Portland's peak summer demand for water is actually 125 million gallons per day.
We cannot meet all of our system demands in the summertime with our groundwater capacity. And that is one of our concerns now with this fire, is that if we were to have to evacuate the Bull Run treatment facility, we would need to turn off the Bull Run because it would be untreated water.
Bradway said in that scenario, which is still unlikely, they can request some other water districts seek water from alternative sources or ask customers to cut back on water use.
Those are things we're preparing for. We're not there yet. We're not asking anybody to reduce their water use now or anything, but those are things we're prepared to do.
That was Cale Williams reporting. The city says if there are water quality impacts, we probably won't notice until rain washes all the ash and exposed soil into the reservoir. Meantime, in Lane County, Willamette National Forest officials have expanded closures because of 2 new fires burning near the Lookout Fire that's burning north of Mackenzie Bridge east of Eugene. It has scorched over 22,000 acres and is 17% contained. But the two new fires we're talking about are the Horse Creek Fire, which has burned over 600 acres, and the Pothole Fire, which has burned about 99 acres. Lightning started all 3. Finally, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has activated the Conflagration Act for the Smith River Complex fire. The majority of this fire is burning in Northern California. It jumped the border into Josephine County in southern Oregon last week. So far, it's burned more than 71,000 acres and is only 7% contained. Again, the Conflagration Act, meaning more resources can be called to assist firefighters in the state.
So we're tracking 20 so-called large fires, Oregon, Washington combined right now. And if you look at the Oregon fire map, it's pretty quiet out east. Most of these are along the central southern Oregon Cascades and back into close to where the flat fire has been burning in the southwest corner of the state. I want to get you to our watch warning map. Yes, we're still tracking bad air quality along the west slope of the Cascades down into the Medford area. The new player today begins from the National Weather Service at 11 o'clock this morning, goes through the evening hours. We're talking the Dalles out into Pendleton, this kind of orange area. This is a wind advisory. This won't be anything extreme, but gusts will be pretty commonly up up into the 30s from the west, and there could be a few spots spike closer to 50 miles per hour. Our Futurecast model, here we are at 7 p.m. There's Hood River, west, see the arrows, this is all west winds. It's going to take wildfire smoke and push it off farther to the east. Hood River gusting to 25, Arlington 33, Goldendale 31. So again, generally nothing extreme there, but there could be embedded areas with some gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. So that technically from the National Weather Service, the wind advisory up from 11 this morning until 11 tonight. Thunderstorms booming. Now this is north of what we call our viewing area. It's north of Castle Rock here on the west side of our state. All these thunderstorms across Washington moving up to the north. So if you're traveling up into Washington, they've had a pretty good light show and they continue to have a pretty good light show. We are mainly dry right now. We've seen a few showers overnight pop here and there. By the way, the airport PDX picked up 3/100ths of an inch of rain total yesterday. I mean, not much to brag about, but it's something, right? I think today the rain amounts could be similar. Here we are this morning at 8:30, cloudy skies, not much going on. Rain showers expected to pick up in number this afternoon. Mainly light to gentle rain showers passing. I still think tomorrow's kind of an in-between day. Here we are on Futurecast Wednesday at 2 p.m. And by that, I mean there's a shower chance tomorrow, but mainly dry weather. And then as we talked yesterday, Thursday continues to be the hope for a decent soak. Here's Thursday morning at 7:30. This is fairly steady rain, and that's fairly steady rain in the afternoon. So Thursday could be just a rainy day. Wouldn't that be something? All right, we have temperatures outside under cloudy skies, 66 in Portland, 60 degrees in Salem. It's generally 50s and 60s statewide. Here come our 7-day numbers. 73 today, mainly dry, 77 tomorrow. The rainy Thursday, 70. Showers Friday, and then we still have a chance of a rain shower Monday on Labor Day. It's one of the biggest shows in the entire Pacific Northwest. It's the State Fair. Here's Drew. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Rod, how about this for an early morning wake-up call? At the crack of dawn, no less. Bring it. A little fire, a little whip activity. Let me hear it this morning. Oh yes, coming at you this morning from the Oregon State Fair in Salem. Wait a minute, sir, can I take one more peek in? We will have more with Sacred Fire Dance coming up next here on Sunrise. All right, whip again if you would, my friend. We're back in just a moment.